All right, welcome everybody. Can you hear me? Can you hear? We're here live, 7 o'clock here, 2023, and we're going to do it again for another time. This is the Schoolcraft Film Challenge. Let me get I got to do my own graphics and stuff here live. As you know, I'm Jeremy Salo. I'm the Schoolcraft Film Challenge producer and an instructor at Schoolcraft College. And this is what, the 12th year or so that we've done this? I don't know, we've done this a long time. And so thank you for joining us. We're going to have a good challenge this year. We have some repeat offenders that have been entering and winning and killing it all these years. And we have some new teams as well. So we're going to welcome the new teams, the underdogs, and those of you that are returning on Sunday. Let me turn this down so I don't get feedback now that the YouTube stream's catching up with me. So you have already filled out the participation agreement. You have some other forms to fill out during the weekend, such as locations that you record at, talent, and your other crew members. You know all the details. You message it on Facebook Messenger, and so we got that done with and out of the way. Just take a picture of it, digitize it, whatever you want to do. PM us, private message us those release forms by the deadline as stipulated in the official rules that were sent to you, and then you will be eligible for a prize, and none of us will go to jail for copyright infringement or anything like that. We can stay here and do another one of these maybe in the future. I was trying to pull up the sheet here. I had it somewhere of the rules. Let's see, here it is. You can't, let's see, what else is there? The end, you need to have a little graphic that says this was made part of the 2023 Schoolcraft Film Challenge. And we're going to update it so that whichever email address that you entered in is the email address that you'll be able to log into YouTube to upload your videos before the deadline. So you will be uploading it on your own before 5 p.m. May 21st. And then we will meet at Vis Ta Tech at 7 p.m. You can get there a little early and hang out a bit. We have some industry professional judges that are going to be there. We got a new judge this year and a couple of returning judges, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We have some prizes, lots of prizes to give out, and you can see our sponsors all over the place, and we will talk about that more on Sunday. So get the release forms before that, send it in, post your video by 5 p.m. Send out the compliance with rules form. Once you're done with your film, then you know, hey, did I actually follow all the rules? Sign it, send that to us. No later than 6 p.m. for the paperwork, I think. Is that what it says here? I'm scrolling through the things. I'm trying to do a Cliff Note version here of the rules. If you have any questions about the rules, you can message us during the weekend, and we may or may not get back to you in a quick amount of time, but at some point we will get back to you, and if not, you know, the judges will make the final decision on if you are eligible or not on Sunday. So be safe out there when you are making these films. You know, common sense, Schoolcraft code of conduct, different things like that. If you do record on campus, you don't need to get any permissions or have any release forms signed. But if you anticipate doing any kind of like mock violent situations or anything like that, with some fist fights or anything like that, make sure you talk to the security and let authorities know around the area. Of course, if you ever do anything like that, want to make sure that you're safe and everybody else knows that you're safe. No obscenities for the films, and you're going to put them right online, so we're not going to pre-screen them, but you will be banned if you don't beep out your stuff. We don't want to censor you. You can do any genre you want, And you know, we're pretty open on what you do, whether you do a horror film or a comedy or an animation or something. You just have to make it during the weekend. You could have made your characters ahead of time. You could have made your backgrounds ahead of time. You could have recorded some special effect elements ahead of time, but you have to composite it. You have to record. You have to animate during the weekend. If you're going to do a live action film with actors, then you would have to record all the live action stuff this weekend, edit everything together. You can use pre-recorded sound if you have a release form. That's the last release form checkbox. If you're using pre-recorded music, then you're allowed to do that, and you can submit that. And by the way, like I said earlier, if you have any questions, you can message on the live chat right now, or you can send us a PM at the Schoolcraft Film Challenge messenger page. And I think we officially had 13 teams that were accepted into the film challenge this year. Probably a record, but we only had 8 teams that filed out all the paperwork, which is the participation agreement at this point. So officially we have 8 teams that are entering right now. You know, and there's a lot of stuff that you do have to do during the weekend to do a legitimate film. And, you know, it can be kind of intimidating. So, you know, maybe we will not have all 13 teams, but we have 8 teams right now registered. And you can see there's, you know, about 10 or so people that are watching this live right now. So it's probably not the most popular YouTube channel right now, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to have amazing stuff. And the big, you know, party and celebration of your films is actually going to be oh, let's see, I just got a message here. I got this camera on auto and it's focusing on the background, I guess, rather than me. I don't know if I can, if I sit here, if it'll update. Is that better? Yeah, it's annoying. And when you're, and I'm doing everything here, and we do have some teams that actually are one-man band where they're doing talent, camera, editing, lighting. That's kind of what I'm doing right now, plus it's live. So I apologize if this camera autofocus is not. Can you see my beautiful blue eyes now, everybody? Is that better? All right, so you probably want to know what the required elements are. That's why you tuned in and why you're putting up with me and my lame dad jokes. So maybe I should go back to our broadcast software here and switch to some other fancy credits, graphics, and so on that you can see here. Let's see, ooh, you like that crossfade live? Required elements for 2023. At some point in your film that you make this weekend, there is a prop and a line of dialogue that you have to include. The films that usually win and get high accolades basically write a base around these elements. And it's more of an integral part of the story rather than just at some point seeing the prop or hearing the line of dialogue. So the prop for this year is, I'm gonna move this down real quick, shoes. At some time, anytime, but completely visible in the pixelization of your film. We need to see shoes because you are going to upload these digitally, so it will be pixels, but they need to be shoes. That is the prop. Now there's also a line of dialogue that we do need to hear. It needs to be clearly spoken. Even if you have a silent film for the rest of it, you do have to have this line spoken. And this official line of dialogue is, without a plan, your results are just accidents. Without a plan, your results are just accidents. It's so small in my preview, I could barely see it. So hopefully you can see this a little better. And we'll probably put this up online so you can watch it again, zoom in, and so on. But that's the line of dialogue that we have to hear at some point throughout the film. Yeah, it looks small on my cell phone too. Sorry about that. Hopefully you have a bigger display. So there was a suggested timeline that was messaged to you right Start writing, come up with some ideas, start production, and start editing and so on. You know, don't wait to do everything at the last minute. Although I know some of you are going to Comic-Con and other things are going on this weekend. And you know your pacing. You know what you can do and what you can't do. So, you know, don't push yourself too hard. Get some sleep. Be safe. But have fun. It'll be a good learning experience. And it does usually turn out pretty good. And, you know, you'll figure out a cool trick or learn from your mistakes, if nothing else. So, are there any other questions? Let's see here. How are you going to be archiving this stream? Was a question here. Are we going to be archiving it? And yeah, I will update it really quick afterwards. It might take a little bit for YouTube to process it, but this stream will be available on the playlist for 2023, and that's where you will upload your videos to and so on. Is on YouTube on the 2023 playlist. And we ask that you upload the video with your team's name in the title. You can give your film a title as well, but you do need to put your team name in the file so the judges know what whose wonderful film we're watching to who to give the points to. AI generated art. Do I need Steve Jobs' permission on that? As last that I've heard, Steve Jobs is not an artist. I don't know if he actually makes any artwork. I know he hires a lot of coders to do coding and stuff like that, but is coding considered art now? I don't know. But AI, can you use AI or whatnot was the question. I suppose if you prompt it during the weekend, then yeah, you could use AI. Now, are you going to use AI to write the script? I don't know. Might be kind of funny if you did. Might be kind of lame if you did as well. So that's up to you. And the judges will be making these final decisions, you know, and they will be the ones that will decide. I'm only one of the judges. I will be one of the judges unless I recluse myself from the judging because of a conflict of interest, which has never happened, but you never know. So yeah, the judges will make the decision on, you know, is that original? Was it completely just ripped off or so on? The idea is to have fun, utilize current technology. A lot of times we have given out an animation or VFX award. So who knows what's going to happen this year, what the judges decide on. But we usually give out the Best of Show award. We give out best usage of the required line of dialogue, best usage of the required prop, and we have an audience choice award. So tell your friends and family, hey, come out here, watch my freaking film. I watched all your sport activities and blah, blah, blah. You know, I cleaned the bathroom the other day for you. You can come and watch my film for a little bit, you know. And they can even play with their phone during the films for a little bit, as long as it's muted. Otherwise, you know, we might have to get them kicked out of the facilities in Vis Ta Tech. By the way, there is some construction right now, so don't get too alarmed. It wasn't a scam. We actually are still open. If you pull up to Vis Ta Tech, the main entrance that we normally go into, it is closed. You have to walk around the back entrance where I think it's called Waterman, or there's Henry's Cafe there. There's different words that you might have used if you are familiar with campus. If not, just walk around the building and there'll be signs that say, hey, this is how you get into Vis Ta Tech. So just one extra surprise that you may or may not have known. They're remodeling the Great Harvest restaurant there. It looks like I'm getting out of focus again. Man, that's annoying. Focus. Oh well, we're almost done anyways. You can see me out of focus. Any other questions here? I know there's probably a little bit of a lag. All right, excellent. Well, good luck, everybody. Fair competition. And we will see you. Vis Ta Tech will start the screening at 7 p.m. And hopefully we have 13 films to watch. I'm guessing maybe we'll get 8 or so. We have 8 teams here right now. Maybe we'll get a few more permission slips from your parents or whatever the heck they're called. Participation agreement, that's what it is. And so hopefully we get some underdogs slithering in here behind the scenes. which we had that happen last year too. So hopefully we get, let's say, 10 films to watch on Sunday. So good luck, everybody. Send us a message if you have any questions. And we will see you on Sunday, 7 p.m., Vis Ta Tech at Schoolcraft College, Livonia.